Hello, everyone. Welcome to our Cubicost 5D Beam workshop for MEP Quantity Takeoff. So in this workshop, we hope you enjoy our workshop, and also to know the empower your digital transformation about MEP Quantity Takeoff. So here is our agenda for today. So first, we will welcome to our Mr. Frank Cui, Managing Director for Channel Development, to give us the introduction of the whole workshop, give us more insights of the industry. Then I will be introduce the Glodon Cubicost 5D Beam platform to you guys. Then there's a 5D Beam for MEP from a user perspective. One of our top users will give you a more detailed look of our MEP quantity takeoff. Then we will move to the volumes of the Cubicost 5D Tmec new product. Our Deputy Service Manager, Mr. Jason Wang, will introduce you about, will bring you out more insights and more details about our Tmec and what is Tmec. Then we'll move to our live Q&A. So in our Q&A session, you are free to ask any question you want. So after our short Q&A, and we will share another our 5D Beam user success story about how our 5D Beam Tmec to improve their efficiency of their teams. Then there's another Q&A. I hope you will enjoy our workshop today. Okay, let's welcome to our Managing Director of Channel Development, Mr. Frank Cui.
Hello, morning, everyone. I wish you can hear me clearly. Today I see a lot of names. Some more names are quite familiar to me, and also a lot of new friends to be here. So welcome all of you to be here. So I don't know which country are you from. I think everyone can type your country location in the chat box, so that we can understand each other better. So today this is a meeting, not a very formal webinar. So during the Q&A part, we can have very free discussion and brainstorming together. First of all, in fact, I want to say is, from Sri Lanka, working in Oman. It's quite good. First of all, I want to say, in the past almost 1 year and a half, more than 1 year and a half, the pandemic, so makes us, quite used to working from home, and quite used to, like the online meetings and technologies. So we all know that, the technology can help us during the dilemma, improve our working efficiency. And also we know that, the digital transformation become quite common and popular for the AEC market, for our construction industries. So the new technology, it is shaping new ways of what we are doing the things, like the project design, tendering, building construction, and operations. So, and also we heard a lot of other new cutting edge technologies like BIM, like cloud computing, big data, IoT, mobile technology, AI. So all these technologies becomes common for our industries. So all these changes has given us, in fact, a lot of, the positive impacts. In fact, I read some report, survey report. They said, the digital transformation, in fact, has accelerated, by more than 50% during 2020. That means, in fact, the pandemic make the acceleration happen. We know that, this is the way, this is the trend, but just imagine if you are the IT manager or if you are the decision maker or your company for this kind of transition. So when you select how you can judge you have selected the right way or right tool for your team or for your company, because this is very important, very important. So when we select the right IT solution, we need focusing on solving the real business issues and challenges. Not only buy software, but don't use that software or don't use that platform because it's a loss for the company. Nothing useful. So we should use the tool, the solution to fix our challenges during our working. For example, just how to say. For example, okay, I want to finish my job or projects on time or more efficient. Because today the timing and the expectation from developers, from our owners become shorter and shorter. We expect more values, from the construction part, from the maintenance. We expect faster tendering stage, and we also want to improve the relationship between different parties. So how to improve the coordination?
Recording in progress.
The coordination between developers, contract, consultant. So how to collaborate based on one platform, and how to increase the standardization and automation of all the system. So this is the challenges that we want to fix during our working on for the company. Anyway, in summary, I think we can see, first of all, we need to improve our relative competitiveness in the market. Not only for the company, maybe for the individual, because individual we also need to increase our own capability. The second one is we need to try to increasing our revenue, because this is the only way for survival. Maybe the last is improve the profit for the company. This is also very important. So this is what I want to see. Our company wanted to keep the competitive advantage in the market, not only for the individual, but also for the company. No one wants to be left behind. If we mention Cubicost can bring over at least 30% to 50% the productivity, compared with our traditional quantity survey way, compared with our traditional cost management platform. So that's all from my part. Today, our meeting will focus on Tmec, so the 5D beam for the MEP. So I wish all of you can enjoy it. And maybe during the Q&A part, you can challenge us. Okay, Edison, your turn.
Thank you, Mr. Frank Cui, to share his valuable knowledge about our industry, construction industry. So next, I'm gonna tell more about our parent company Glodon and our product Cubicost. So first, I wanna give a little more insights of our parent company Glodon. So Glodon is a digital building platform provider. So Glodon has more than 22 years practical experience in this industry, and also there's more than 200,000 corporate clients of the world. So Glodon has provided over 6 million projects across the world, and also the end users more than 10 million. Impressive, right? So Glodon is an international company which Glodon has 6 R&D centers, which are located in Beijing, Shanghai, Xi'an, and Europe, Finland, and the USA, Silicon Valley. And Glodon has more than 60 branches all across the world, so mainly in Asia, as you can see, Hong Kong, Singapore, and also Sri Lanka, India, Middle East, and UK, Sweden, South Africa, Australia. So our customers actually from all over the world, more than 100 countries. So we also have collaboration with more than 1,060 corporations, with college, universities across the world. So Glodon actually have 5 key technologies. As we can see, we have beam technologies, IoT technologies, and AI technologies, cloud neutral, and big data. It's our main 5 technology the Glodon provide to our clients. Their graphic technologies, there's 3 parts: and design, operation, and maintenance. Construction is our core technologies ideas. So you may wonder, So we talk a lot about 5D beam. What is beam? What is beam 5D? So beam 5D is actually, it allows the cost manager to collaborate, manage, and control the project cost with the project team with a 3D model in a more efficient manner and per the standard method of measurement. This is 5D beam. So for our Glodon beam system, so we actually we use for like 3 ways. So there's beam for enterprise, beam for project, beam for individuals. So for first, beam for enterprise. Beam for enterprise is focused on enterprise level beam data integration. Then there's beam for projects. So we focus on the projects wise. Then there's our Cubicost, which include the beam for projects. So we help our clients to do their projects to make their team improve their team's productivity. Then there's beam for individuals. So as I mentioned, we have worked with more than 1,600 corporations. So there's some samples. For example, there's Microsoft, there's Huawei, there's Autodesk, there's ISIS. So there's all kind of top corporation in the industry has collaboration with Glodon Cubicost. So they actually from all across the world. For example, there's Singapore, so we work with our clients and also with organizations from Singapore, and there's Middle East, as you can see here. There's a Glodon in Malaysia. So in Malaysia, we actually built the My Beam Center to collaborate with the Malaysia government to promote and increase the use of beam system among the construction industry. There's a Glodon in Philippines. There's Glodon in Vietnam. So we help our clients in Vietnam to finish their projects. There's Glodon in Indonesia. So with ITI, so we work together. So we build the digital construction evolution. We help promote beam in Indonesia, and there's Glodon in India. So Glodon in October 15th, 2019, we signed the MOU with RCS India to help promote the beam to improve the technology in the industry. There's beam with RCS. We signed the strategic cooperation agreement with RCS. As you can see, this is Mr. Franco. He was the managing director for RCS for Greater China. Now he joined our Glodon team as our vice president for Glodon Cubicost. So that's all the corporations we've been working with, and also our clients. These are some samples of our clients. For example, we have our top leading consulting clients such as Arcadias, RLB AECOM, Northcroft. They are working with us in multiple countries. There's the top leading contractors such as Obayashi, Shimizu, Samsung. There's developer Saburo Juro. Saburo Juro actually the #1 developer from Singapore. They are using our Cubicost as one of their mean measurement quantity takeoff solutions in multiple countries. Saburo Juro, EcoWorld, Gorgeous Property, the top one India developers. They are all using our solutions. So here is about the video. We'll give you a closer look of our Cubicost. Please enjoy. Sorry, there are some technical issues. Let me
quantities, and BIM models. You could easily find out where each quantity item in BQ is from and where it goes. This is Cubicost Takeoff Solution, your intelligent, visual, and interconnected whole process takeoff solution.
I hope you enjoyed the short video of our Cubicost. I think after the video, you definitely have a better understanding of our Cubicost right now. So you may wonder what's the position of our Cubicost. So here I want to show you this slide of the positioning of our Cubicost. As you guys all know, there's three ways of doing quantity takeoff. There's traditional master, there's 2D based, and there's beam based software. This is a new technology. So for the traditional 2D based softwares, we all know it will take a lot of labor, manual labors, such as back to this, they use the paper, they use hands. Right now, they improve a little bit. They use 2D based software, but still they follow the same logic. Then when they do the QI softwares, they still takes a lot of time and takes a lot of labor and very easy to make mistakes. So when it comes to beam-based softwares, we follow the beam philosophy. That's why we make it us totally different between the 2D based software and the manual way. It's like I showed here, like from the traditional old-fashioned phone to a little bit advanced, but still the same thing. And then our Cubicost is like smartphone. Why I'm saying that? Because so this is a ways of doing quantity takeoff. So traditional way, you read the drawing and you measure everything by manual, and you have to remember all the measurement rules and remember all the expressions. Then you generate a report. Very easy to make mistakes. Then there's 2D. You read the drawing as well. You still have to kind of remember the rules of formula, deductions. You generate a report. Very easy to make mistakes. Takes a lot of time. Then there's 3D. You read the drawing and you just import your drawing to our software, and in our software, it will do the quantity takeoff for you. We'll do the modeling in our software. So from here, so all the beam modeling will do the job automatically. All you need to do is just by a few clicks, and then the report will be generated automatically. Very easy, very fast, efficient, and very hard to make mistakes. So for our Cubicles, we actually have 4 softwares in our Cubicles. This is our whole suite. There are TS, takeoff for architecture and structure. There are TRB, takeoff for reinforcement bar. There are TME, takeoff for MEP. Today we are mainly focused on this one, TME. There's TBQ, tender for builds of quantities. So we focus on TME. So by using our Cubicles, we call it intelligent, visual, and interconnect. So because everything is smart and you don't have to do anything, with the software will do it for you, and very visual because we have the 3D model. So you will see in our testimony, and you will see very visual. And then there's interconnect. Everything, all the data is connected. So there's some typical projects so we done before. So from all the projects, they all improve the efficiency improvement a lot. They're 60%, 70%, 60%. This is all the project we done in Southeast Asia. So I remember just now I mentioned Saburo Zhurong. They are one of our top clients from Singapore. They're actually the main consulting firms from in the industry from Singapore. They are all using our Cubicles as they're one of the default measurement solutions. So they use our Cubicles. One of the projects they use our Cubicles is the project from in Singapore, Chang Business Park Consultant, occupy more than 5,000 square meters. So this is the whole project. So the statistics, the feedback, the time saving by using our Cubicles is 30%. The manpower saving is 50%. That improve a lot. Actually help them to way shorter their time period to finish the project and also save them a lot of labors. Then there's ARQS consultant. So this is our client from Sri Lanka. We also help them to do their projects, save them a lot of time and labors. Then there's ICC also from Sri Lanka. Then there's Movie Hong Development Corporation from Vietnam. The Arcadias Vietnam. So we all know Arcadias is almost a top one consultant firm all across the world. So Arcadias Vietnam also as our client, top client. So next, I will show you guys a video of our real customer testimony. So from a user perspective, you will get to know better about our MEP quantity takeoff, our Tmec.
At Glodon, we drive the digital transformation of the construction industry with Beam Digital Cost Management Solutions. Across 80 global offices, empowering more than 310,000 global clients with all their Beam construction needs. Our team around the world are empowered with local insights and aim to seamlessly connect our clients' data through our integrated platform, the Cubicost TMEC. Cubicost TMEC solutions has been adopted by many leading MEP industry leaders. They choose us because they trust us to drive their digital transformation. Cubicost TMEC solutions aim to improve project accuracy, project quality, and overall productivity. Let's hear what our industry friends would like to share with us.
Tmec solution we started using October 2022, and we find that it's much more easy to use. Okay, for traditional method, because we need to print out drawing, also paper costly first thing, and also time taking out. And also, the main factor is, I think, is the skill. Sometimes we may not get the exact skill, so that we are using factors, so the accuracy is not there. And also, time consuming a lot. Okay, for this TMEC solution, first thing, we don't have to print out drawings. We can straight away insert the drawing and we can start to do our work. And this TMEC, there is a lot of new features that we can use, such like, for ACMB tab, they have additional like air grill, damper, panel box and silencers, and the pipe accessories. I find that this one will save out a lot of our time and more efficient. There's one function is insert drawings, because that will help us, like we want to have a lot of drawings, like maybe part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4, then we can insert drawing or in one window environment. Okay, I want to add one more feature is the define region. I find it is very useful to us. That time we did have a discussion with the R&D team, and they have listened to us for this function, and finally they have put into this new TMEC solution. This one will help us a lot when we need to size, like doing design and build, which is we don't have any ACMB layout design. We have to base on the room. We need to size up the area, and then we get a capacity so that we can have our aircon design work out. So this is very useful. TMBC help us to improve in PQ taking, more productivity, and more efficient and more accurate.
based on real statistics, so after a year of using our Cubicost, more than 99% of our users, they're all certified of our Cubicost product because save them a lot of time, improve a lot of their efficiency of their teams. So next, let's welcome our Deputy Service Manager, Mr. Jason Wang, to give us a real closer look to bring you to know our MEP, so TMEC. Welcome. Let's invite Mr. Jason Wang.
Hello everyone, welcome again to attend our new product launch today. I'm Jason. I will be going through the session together with you guys later. I hope you guys are able to understand on the values of Cubicost 5D Beam TMEC new solution. Before going into details, let's have a quick look at this introduction video of TMEC solution.
Driven by global trends, the AEC industry is in a time of digital transformation. A growing number of AEC professionals are using Beam to make work more efficient and effective. This is where Cubicost TMEC comes in. It makes MEP quantity takeoff easier. While the traditional quantity takeoff process for QS is to transform the contents of each drawings into actual quantities, the following shows the possible difficulties of the process. M&D consists of various device quantities. It's easy to lose quantities. Piping are drawn in complex directions, requiring careful segmentation and itemization according to specifications. Drawings often change, and a manual comparison is not able to find the location of changes quickly and accurately. In cross-checking for error, hard to find the relation in between the quantity and the drawings. Have you also encountered such problems? Let's see how TMEC can help to transform your MEP quantity takeoff process.
Cubicost ME quantification tools have been developed for years. We really appreciate all the helps and feedbacks from our fellow clients because all of you are the reason the software is getting better now. First of all, do you guys know what is TME? TME is a ME quantity takeoff software which helps all MEP professionals in the construction industry, including developers, consultants, and contractors, to calculate quantities rapidly and accurately at the same time. Check quantities easily and efficiently. In overall, TME is able to help enhance your quantity takeoff process. So now we introduce to you TMEC. TMEC is a new product in Cubicost product line, in which it is a new platform, especially for ME quantification. And it is programmed with new programming language as a base. Thus, it is performing much faster compared to the older version of ME quantification tool. Having said that, how is TME coming? Do you guys heard or used before the old version? Well, let me show you. Years ago, we have TME version as TME 2016. I believe some of you guys joining today could see this before. Then we have TME 2018, in which the software is further improved from TME 2016. After that, we start to develop the upgraded version since 2019, and today we are excited to announce the launching of TMEC. As version change, we have also introduced changes into the system. In TME 2016, functions were based on several functions toolbars. This was very difficult for many users to find certain functions when screens are especially small. Then in TME 2018, the interface has been improved to organize the function in category. This is very similar to the ribbon concept as what we have now, but still not good enough. So in TMEC, now the functions are being categorized nicely with different ribbon tabs, and the functions are nicely grouped too, according to their features. Thus, apart from the 2 points I mentioned, TMEC also aims to induce the new quantity takeoff experience. So we hope TMEC is able to improve the overall user experience and work efficiency. As mentioned, TMEC has been started its development since 2019. In 2020, we started to gather some pilot tests through several companies. Up until now, actually, there are more than 60 numbers of pilot users have been successfully completed projects using Tmbc. We would like to show our sincere gratitude to the fellow industry leaders. It is them made where we are today. Let us go deeper into TMEC now. I will go through the following three main parts, mainly the core advantages of TMEC, the overall introduction of TMEC, and future planning for TMEC. Let's take a look at the core advantages first. As a new software that we want to launch, we want this tool to be widely accepted by our user. Thus, the first thing that we want to do is to make it very easy to use, at the same time very easy to learn as well. TMEC calculation process is consistent with manual quantity takeoff habit, and with the enhanced interface, it is now simpler and easier to use. Having said that, the overall process in TMEC is also faster now and more accurate compared to the old version. We have improved the user experience in various ways, which I am going to share more details with you guys shortly later. Regards of the quantity tabulation, it is also clearer and more flexible than ever. And the third point, on top of those functionality, we also improve the user interface. Thus, now in TMEC, with the visual enhancement in TMEC, the overall calculation and checking process in 3D is more intuitive and easy to view. Next, let's take a look at how TMEC presents the enhancements. Firstly, about the new interface. TMEC contains 6 main parts. Firstly, we have function area. Then we have drawing manager, where you have to import and scale your drawings over here, and the major elements, navigation bar, where you can find all the major traits, for example, ACMV, electrical, plumbing, sanitary at here. Then we have our element list. This is where the database is, and also model area in the center area, where you do your quantity takeoff. And lastly, we do also have the function toolbar, which is very easy to use, and then it is located at the bottom for easy access. So all of this cover the content and corresponding functions for the entire M&E services quantification. In overall, TMEC is comprehensive and intelligent. The various function categories are clearly distinguished, now in different ribbons, and it is easy to learn according to the layout of the calculation process. To initiate a TMEC project, these are the usual steps we use to get that quantification. Starts by project creation, of course, follow up by managing the drawings, in which we import, scale, and locate the drawings. Then quantification later. So it is actually pretty simple. And one of the new enhancements in TMEC this time is regards of the drawings. How do we deal with multiple drawings? Can we process them very quickly? For QS, handling multiple drawings is one of the important things to do. So how to deal with drawings in TMEC now? In fact, the overall process is in the software is basically the same, but have been much improved from a previous version, in which for managing the drawing, you only need to go through a few basic steps. First of all, activating the function by importing the drawings. Then we have to locate the drawing. For example, you can pinpoint or position the drawing accordingly. Then you can scale the drawing to the correct size. So occasionally, if necessary, we can split the drawing if you have multiple levels of story in the same drawings. Then lastly, you can go through the floor settings to edit the floor informations. Why not let us look into detail for the drawing manager in the next slide. Compared to the old version, TMEC has optimized the usability of the following aspect. The selected drawing can be now previewed directly, but if you're still not so sure about the drawings, you can even double-click the picture here to preview the drawing in detail before you import. Then, in a scenario of multi-page drawings, you can control the range of the imported drawings now. For example, I want to have the certain pages of the entire PDF. Maybe page number 1, 3, 5, or 7. I can select what I want now to import instead of importing the entire PDF. So the whole set of the drawings are now in the same scale, but maybe some of the scale could be different accordingly, and which affects the quantification accuracy. So in this case, QS requires also to be able to process the drawing quickly. In addition, TMEC can now scale all drawings at once. As I mentioned just now, after you import the drawings, this greatly improves the efficiency of the process in managing the drawings in TMEC. Also, TMEC supports one drawing now in multiple floors for reuse purpose. This enables quick calculation on multiple stories when you have the same drawing for multiple floors. So to support this function furthermore, TMEC is now able to solve these kind of conventional scenarios for buildings with different floor heights, especially like residential projects. We have various blocks, right? Together, sometimes with a car park. In order to quantify this, they need to calculate the quantity separately by blocks. So in TMEC now, it can easily solve such problems by adding multiple zones to the floor settings. With this, floor heights of each blocks or zones can be set independently. So right now, we have already seen some of the basic improvement for drawing processing in TMC, right? But what about changes in drawings? Traditionally, we have to find out the changes on top of the drawings manually, which is highly time-consuming. So let's take a look how TMEC can quickly and accurately find out the location of the changes this time. Compared to the old version, in which it required QS to open a drawing externally to compare the changes and find the location in the drawing. Then return to the TME for subsequent calculation or editing. In TMEC, it is now included with a new function for drawing comparison. QS can now nominate two drawings to compare. We can see that the location of the changes are marked in different colors. These allow the differences to be located quickly and accurately. When discrepancies are corrected, the comparison remains in the drawing area and the changes can be viewed in real time. So that's pretty much about the drawing enhancements. Next, let's take a look with the core content for M&E major trades. Firstly, let's get to know the improvement in electrical trades. In electrical sector, TMEC supports the calculation of the following elements. Firstly, we do have the lightings and luminaires, but with the enhancement on lighting strips now, you can calculate in terms of meter length, switch socket outlets, distribution boxes, wire cabling, and also tray trunking, bus bar, and last but not least, we do also have the lightning protection systems. So in TMEC, each calculation has a function to help us to calculate the quantities easily and efficiently. Let's look into more details here. You may encounter the following problems when measuring the quantities of electrical work. There are many kinds of electrical quantities, right? And often with different labels to differentiate them. In this kind of scenario, QS has to quantify them individually according to their label assignment right. It is pretty easy to miscount the quantities when you do it traditionally, because we have to separate them with different highlights or colors. Then further transfer them into Excel carefully to compile the data. In addition, we have to pay close attention on what we count. For example, in this drawing, it often appears that the labels show as lines in vector drawings. As a result, previously, if you want to quantify such devices with labels, especially in lines, you need to convert the text lines into TME labels before you could start quantifying them. So how TMEC solve these problems now together? Let's look into the following video. In TMEC, there is no need to convert the text first anymore. It only takes 4 steps down to identify the devices with labels in the drawings. Then the location of the identified devices can be previewed in advance to further ensure the accuracy of the identification. This functionality is able to identify hundreds of numbers of elements in 3 seconds on average, which is 40% more efficient than the old version. In overall, it is more efficient, simpler, and more accurate. You may also encounter the following problems during conventional takeoff in electrical work. The drawings have long circuits for power and lighting systems, especially across the floor or even in the same floor. And now they are generally distributed in multiple drawings if the project is big. So it is necessary to find and measure the corresponding length quantities one by one. This process is again highly time consuming and it has a low traceability. Furthermore, the work is now easy to verify in Tmbc. So in the old version, if you look at the left side, the wiring function had to be operated through many windows. User find the processes was very complicated and it is not easy to learn for somebody too. But do not worry anymore. Right now, TMEC simplifies the whole process on the basis of ensuring accurate wiring, making it easier to get started for every users. Especially for sub-main cabling works, user only need to select the start point and the end point of the circuit to quickly complete the entire wiring. It can be done also in 3D view or in the same interface, which means no more multiple confusing windows to operate already. After the cabling measurement is completed, you can counter-check the routing by distribution box also to clearly locate the quantities and verify how does certain wiring is being done in the routing. So after understanding the electrical traits, let's have a switch. And we are going to look into ACMV now. In ACMV, we support the calculation for the following contents. First of all, we do have ventilation fans, adducts, and fittings. Coming along together with the silencer, air dampers, grills, diffusers, and even the cleaner box. In TMEC, each calculation content has corresponding functions to help and to calculate the quantities conveniently and efficiently. The customary process allows QS to classify and count the quantities according to the connected fan equipment. If you use the software to identify the fan, then the software can help us synchronize the fan information connected to the adduct, air dampers, or even other equipment with one click. Thus, reduce the time consumption and greatly improve the work efficiency. Just now, we understand the convenience of the identified fans for subsequent processes. So let's have a look at how ventilation fans are calculated in Tmbc. In many drawings, it is quite often that ventilation fan labels show as lines. Previously, if you want to calculate such equipment, you need to convert the equipment text lines into TME label first in order to identify them one by one. Now, in TMEC, you only need 4 steps to identify them. In this example, all of the ventilation fans with their unique individual labeling are identified altogether at one time and presented automatically according to the fan names after identification is completed. Traditionally, when you quantify adducts, you may encounter the following problems also. There are multiple adduct systems in the drawings, and the specification, materials, and thickness of the adducts of each system are also different. In conventional method, we classify and count the quantities according to the system and equipment. This process is cumbersome and time-consuming. Also, there are insulation to be calculated as well. Insulation includes internal and external insulation. The insulation materials, thickness, and calculation methods are again also very different from each other, which makes it not very direct for us to calculate the insulation quantities manually. Thirdly, there are many types of adduct fittings, such as T-type, reducer, elbow, and etc. Some connectors types need to be calculated, some are not. This further makes the calculation more troublesome. In addition, due to the irregular shapes of regular reducers and elbow, it is also difficult to calculate the quantities of the respective expanded area. Let's take a look at how TMEC solve these problems. Firstly, QS has to select the air duct sidelines together with the air duct labels, and then set the air duct properties such as insulation or elevation if there is any input required to identify all air duct of the whole routing. This allowed the TMEC also to classify the ducting according to the system and specification. Compared to the old version on the left, TMEC improves the calculation efficiency by about 45% when identifying a whole drawing for ACMB traits. In the old software, it is difficult to distinguish the insulated air ducts from the common air ducts. TMEC has made a special display on the internal and external insulation, as well as the fire-rated air duct, as you can see here, which can clearly distinguish the insulation types of the air ducts now and revise the original calculation rules for insulation so that the calculation quantity is now more accurate than last time. For air duct fittings, there is a specific function for this. Air duct fittings can be generated all in one go, just by using the function air duct fittings identification, as you can see here. Multiple air duct fittings generated at the same time. What about some air duct ancillaries or air duct parts? Compared to the old version, TME 218, TMEC can draw air grills and diffusers independently now. And also for air dampers, it matches the air duct specification when the air damper is identified, as you can see here. So the air dampers inherited the duct information, for example, sizes and also the system. In addition, TMEC also supports the quantification of doing silencers and plenum bulbs also. After quantifying the air ducts equipment and the rest, let's take a look in the video to see how quantity can be extracted in TMEC. In TMEC, users can trigger the functions main vent equipment settings under ACME thread. TMEC will synchronize the fan information so it's connected air duct, air dampers, pressure box, and etc. If the equipment has multiple ventilation fans, the software will give a prompt and user can select the output according to their preference. After the quantities are calculated, we can view the quantities of the air ducts that is connected to each different equipments. If user try to double click the quantities here, they are able to perform a check of the corresponding quantity like this. Aside from ductings in ACMV, it is also often QS needs to quantify AC pipings. In TMEC, it is now supporting the following content, including AC pipes, refrigerant pipes, together with the valves and fittings. In particular, compared with the old version, TMEC is now able to quantify refrigerant pipes in a more efficient and accurate way, in which last time we do not have. So that's all for ACMV. Now is the third trait in TMEC, plumbing sanitary. In PNS, TMEC supports the quantification of sanitary rests, water pumps, tanks, piping, together also with the valves and fittings. Let's have a closer look. Have you ever encountered the following problems? In calculating the quantities of the water pipes in plumbing sanitary, when the elevation of the two connected water pipes is different, the quantities of short riser connecting each other need to be calculated manually. It is very difficult to calculate the quantities of inclined pipes. For example, in the scenario near the staircase like this. Compared with the problems mentioned above, Tmec only needs one line drawing function to solve all problems. In pipe equipment elements, common water pipes, material, and pipe diameters are built in beforehand in Tmec. After water pipes element has been selected, you can set the elevation and draw straight line straightforward. In the process of drawing the water pipes, the elevation can be adjusted flexibly and quickly. It can be seen that once all the piping has been done in the 3D mode, you can view that the short riser in the connection will be generated automatically like this. According to the change of water pipe elevation, user can also now use view quantity functions to check the quantity for each section of the water pipe in real time. So in another scenario, for example, the cross-floor piping like this, when you calculate the vertical quantities under plumbing sanitary trade, you may encounter the following problems. It is very easy to make mistakes when converting the elevation of cross-floor risers. Tmec only need to have one function now, but we call it riser function, to perfectly resolve all problems. So for example, QS just need to select the water pipe element first, then set the starting and ending floors of the pipes to draw. Compared to the older version, Tmec can also handle the vertical riser with reducing diameters. The spatial direction of each section of the water pipe can be clearly viewed under 3D so that the quantities are very easy to verify by the QS. Okay. So next, let's look at the relevant quantification output in Tmec. In quantification, according to the requirement in BQ, the actual output dimension varies, such as by building, by floor, or sometimes by room, or even sometimes I want to have a combination by building first and then by floor. There are many ways quantity can be tabulated and categorized by the QS. So let's watch a video how to output quantities in Tmec accurately and flexibly. First thing, we can support multiple zones quantity outputs. For example, after summarize the quantity can be classified according to the building zones now. Click the specific cell to tabulate the quantity of the specific zones. And also, you can output the quantities by floors like this. You can set the floor as the first level of classification in the classification query. If the quantities need to be measured according to the area, first user can define the area needed using straight line or even rectangle. So we have about 2 methods to draw now, which is very fast and efficient. In the process of drawing rectangular area, if the area is large, multiple area can be drawn continuously and the software will merge the area automatically like this. And if the area boundary changes, you can re-edit the area boundary and supports a free drag and stretch. So once you have finished complete the region, set the region as a first level after summarize in the classification condition. Finally, the quantification will be classified as per region. Lastly, QS can also click any cells to find the quantity in specific location in the drawing area. With this, finally, let's look into the Tmc Future Plans. Firstly, we are going to have a professional expansion in the future by adding 2 other major trades in Tmec. First of all, we have fire protection to look forward together with the ELV system, extra low voltage. Also, we are planning to also include new function in the incoming software updates for scan drawing identification. So hopefully all the QS can bid farewell to manual quantification for scanning drawings, especially for the major trades. Also, function optimization. We are planning to actually upgrade the feature for split drawings. So whenever you have the drawings for joint feature, now you can actually able to complete the drawing by improving the efficiency of the drawing processing. So with this, I hope all of you have a better insight now for Cubicost TME solution and how the solution able to address MEP QTO needs, advance the QTO processes, and how it can benefit MEP organization in long run. So thanks everyone.
Thanks, Mr. Jason, for his outstanding introduction of TMEC. So next, we move to our Q&A session. So please feel free to ask any question you want, and we'll answer you right here. Thank you. So any question you want to ask, you can ask here. We're all here. All of our Glodon team are here, are happy to answer all the questions you guys have.
Oh, by the way, if any one of you is interested to know more, you can always leave your email address, or you can just contact us directly, and we can arrange a meeting just for you and your team directly.
Yes, I have shared our email in the chat box. If you want to have a customized a private demo, you can contact us. And also, or you can just leave your email in the chat box. We will contact you to give you a more detailed, customized private demo. No questions?
We will share the recording after this session. We will send a link to your email address. So do not worry about the recording.
Yes, that's right. We will actually share the recording of this video to every single of you through emails. So do not worry if you didn't catch the details or miss some part of the videos. We will share all the recording video to you. So if it's no question, don't worry. So you can always reach out to us for the email I left on the chat box. So if you have any question later on, we will move to the next section. So next section, we will share another video about the successful story of our Cubicost adoptions, users, how Cubicost change their team efficiency. Please enjoy.
Hi, a very good morning for everyone who are with us today. Over the past 2 years, our company had experienced to this quantity Takeoff QTO digital solution software by Glodon Cubicost. And my company, Adduct Engineering, is specializing in electrical and plumbing sanitary work for both public and private jobs with 22 years experience in this industry. My name is Chen. I'm a tender QS performing to win a bid for my company. And our team daily task is to prepare a competitive, attractive, but the riskless price in a very short time period. So in order to do that, we need to have a very accurate quantity and in a very enhanced, efficient way. So this can lower our risk factor and to get a better price from our suppliers. Okay, let's get started. So today's my sharing will be separated into 2 topics. Okay, and I will be sharing with studies, showing the problems, the challenges, the solutions, and the starter pack for you to take away. Okay, firstly, let's start with the first topic, fast, accurate, and smart measurement. Okay, this is our tender project, and I believe all of us are receiving this kind of PDF drawings, right? It's in a black and white template drawings. Okay, so this slide is my secret recipe on how I record down my quantity before our company adopting to this digital solution. And first thing, what you can do is you can crop this legend table from the legend list drawing, and you may pass it out on the Microsoft Word or probably other Microsoft software, then print out, draw a box on it to show the different flow levels. So like you can see here, what I do is from basement to all the while level 9 with some mezzanine floors, and you can just record the quantity here. Okay. Next, this is a very important equipment or tools you need to purchase. So you can buy this called Mala 24 colors marker pens from IKEA, and it just costs costs you about $5, and the erasable pen from Key. So next slide, I will show you why you need to do so. Because every time you will tap the counter for measurements, and simultaneously you will have to marking with the color pen on the drawings, record down the papers. Sometimes you may realize that some legend has missed out. Then here's the best thing with this erasable pen. So after you record and realize, you can just erase it and rewrite the quantity on the hard copy table. And kidding or not, for only this one story actually took me about 1 whole day to complete it. And because our daily roasting works, we need to answer some interrupted calls, replying some urgent emails, or join any discussion meeting, if any, and just the whole day gone. And only this piece of drawing is done for the measurement. All right, if you also feel me for this problem, here's a solution from my company Tme. And we actually give this software a try. It's super smart. You can insert as many drawings as you want into the same template, just like this. And it will be auto arranged in from the left to the right. Okay, as you can see in this picture. Okay, next. This software also have a very smart layout identification function. Is automatically identified. It's best for our visualization for quantity takeoff purpose. And it's able to differentiate the grid lines. Like as you can see here is shown in pink color lines, the architecture lines in gray, and some M&E lines with yellow colors. Okay, next. And we're able to hide or show with the lines that we want to see or visualize like this. So what I do is I just hide away those archy lines, the grid lines, and show only the legend lines. So it's in the yellow color. Okay. So next, here's a quick video showing you how I let the software to run for the identification work. First, okay, let me play the video. The first thing is you need to zoom into the drawings and follow the instructions. First, select the legend, the item, pick the device, okay, like I would do, the F1E lighting, okay, then click on the find button. If you can see here, it's showing 70 numbers of this kind of lighting. It's an E-source downlight F1, okay, and you also can identify from the other type of legend light like I do now. It's also downlight, but it's a normal source of a F1 downlight. You just pick a device, okay, pick the text and click the final. It's showing 442 numbers of this kind of lighting among all the levels. Okay, just one click, you can measure for all stories. All right, and you can setting it to the color which you prefer. Like I do is I pick a blue color for this F1 downlight. Okay. Next. Okay. This slide is about after I finish my legend identification work. As you can see here, all the identify legends are very easily to visualize, and you can just hide or show the archy line back anytime you like. And now it's showing all the identify legend. Okay, and you just press one key to bring back all the archy lines if you want. Yeah, just like this. Yes. Okay, next. So next, the brilliant part is the quantities auto-generated. And what you need to do is just tell the software each drawing are represented by a different level or zone. Just like what I did here is from, as you can see here, I separate down the drawing. First drawing is represented by first story, second story, and the third story. And you just click on the quantity tab. It will show out all the quantity by each category levels. If in detail, you can see here the first story, second story, third story with categorized different type of the lighting. Okay, and the quantity is showing in this column. Okay, you can also export it out to the Excel file, and it's very easy for your measurement or inquiry, but just send it to your suppliers, okay, and get a very good price in advance. Next is in some of the tender project cases, you may find out some DQ are required to be priced in based on different zones. Like for this project example, it's needed to separate out the price to fill in based on the north, south, east, west zones, and separate out the common area zones. So actually, this software can also do so by using the define region function. Okay, it's a custom region. You just pick a line here, group it as a zone, and just one click on the quantity, and it's shown. It's a auto plus minus auto separated with your depends on what kind of setting you want. Like I do is for the first story, I separated into 5 zones, and lighting is showing here based on each type. The quantity shown here. Okay. So that's all for the first topic. Next, we move to the next topic is go green cost saving measurement. And here another case study from our past experience without the digital solution. It's about the cable support measurement. Okay, some projects are coming in like 200 to 300 hard copy drawings, and imagine if you want to print it out like I do, how many trees are being cutted. So for me, my brain is unable to process all those puzzle drawings without joining together. Okay, so this is usually what I do. I just pair it together and place it on the wall. Okay, so here another starter pack from me. Recipe for you to take away, especially for those who are work from home during work from home period. Those who don't have enough space at your rental unit or big table at your place, you may able to tab it on the wall like what I did. Okay, and do a measurement on it. Okay, next, these are the tools that you may need to invest in if you're not going to invest in any digital solution software. The first is the Scale Master rulers. All right, you can get it from Amazon, a stereo tab for tapping, jointing the drawings together, and erasable marker pen. All right, you can get it from Popular. And what you need to do is tap the drawing together, highlight it out all the cable support based on each type. Like example, the trunking, the cable tray, the conduits, and sometimes the hot dip galvanized, different type of trunkings, different size. Okay, you can just use the highlighter and use the Scale Master to set the scale and roll it. That's it, record it down the quantity. All right, here is how we counter with this Tmc, the cable support traditional method. All right, by using this Tmec, you can just insert all the puzzle drawings in one same template, just like this. Okay, it's very flexible to edit. You can move or join it like you're using AutoCAD. Okay, for this piece of drawing, it's actually 24 pieces. So total 24 pieces of drawing. And you can view it from a different angle, even in the 3D mode, just like this, okay? So the measurement also can be done in this software too. Just one click on the quantity tab and export it out to the Excel and get our supplier to code. So this picture is showing only the cable support in 3D mode, where you can see the horizontal and the vertical trunking. And the orange color represents the conduit class 4. Okay, yeah. So that's it, how I do from my cable support using Tmec. And to conclude for this topic 2, it's actually very paperless. And it's very good for us, those who work from home. We no need to carry those very heavy hard copy back from office. Also, it's spaceless. You can save a lot of space, have a neat and tidy office You don't need to spend money to do for the fixed furniture, just for housekeeping this kind of hard copy drawing. And next is sustainable. And the data, those working drawings you do, is able to save as a soft copy and it won't be missing much longer. Okay. Last point is accessible. You can refer to the drawing anytime, anywhere you want, and just link to the internet, the cloud database, and just show it anywhere you want. For example, maybe you need to show the quantities during your tender interview sessions with your clients. Yeah, just do so. No need to bring those hard copy, and it will impress your clients. So finally, from me, this diagram is showing that the BIM model development plan for the pre and post construction stages. And for our MEP QS, you may refer to the yellow box highlighted. Is showing the 5D quantity takeoff and the 5D progress payments. And this is the reason why we need to adopt to this BIM trend. All right, final quote from me is, it doesn't matter if you study late, the BIM trend is still on the expansion stage. So as a MVP QS like me, the earlier you start, the easier your life, okay? And you may try it out now. With this, the most user-friendly digital solution for QSs in the market, the Glodon Cubicles. And that's all from me. Thank you, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. Stay healthy, stay positive, and stay happy. That's all from me. Thank you.
Hi, everybody. My name is Geeta. I'm working as a quantity surveyor in GW Tech Engineering since 2020. My roles and responsibilities as a quantity surveyor are tender documentation, bill of quantities, technical schedule of technical data, schedule of technical rates, and quantity takeoff. There are plenty of challenges I have been encountered during the traditional quantity takeoff method. I have to use scale ruler to do measurement. I have to key in the formula and do manual calculation in Excel. I have to import data from drawings to Excel manually. Hence, there are a lot of human errors occur during quantity takeoff process. And it is really time consuming, and therefore it's inefficient for all of us. There were times that I was unable to complete the projects on time. It was very tight timeline given for my projects, and I was really struggling with big scale projects. Back then, when I was using traditional quantity takeoff method, it was complicated and many revisions needed, as there were many amendments in the addendum drawings. So it makes my work quite stressful. As digitalization disrupts society ever more profoundly, many construction firms had started to adopt digital solution to ease the work and process. A question pops out to me: why quantity surveyor do not have powerful digital tool to use and help us cope with our heavy daily works and those common challenges that we have been facing every day? Then I was introduced to Cubicost TMEC solution back in May 2021, and I have been relying on it to complete my daily work ever since then. Till date, I have completed 4 projects leveraging Cubicost software within past 4 months. The projects that have been assigned to me are focusing on ACME trade, and Cubicost TMEC solution providing enhanced smart features to address my needs and ease my workflow. It is really time saver, as it saves time up to 30 to 40% compared to the traditional method. Giving an example, previously I took 10 to 15 days to complete a project by using traditional method. But since using Cubicost TMEC solution, I'm able to complete my project within 5 to 7 days. With Cubicost TMEC solution, there are a handful of functions in software really impresses me. The PDF conversion and measurement. In it transforms traditional calculation to computation method. It helps to calculate easier, faster, and achieve better results in terms of project accuracy and work efficiency compared with manual calculation method. Another function will be 3D model visual. 3D model visual enables QS to view entire project in 3D model and allows to do quick check on outstanding items. Then I can make changes and update in the quantity when tender addendum is issued. And the scaling function is also very useful. In traditional method, we have to do measurement manually, but in this smart scaling function, it helps us to scale drawings automatically. So why do I trust Glodon? It's because Glodon team is always there to support me whenever I have project-related questions. Besides providing in-depth training, Glodon team will also arrange customized project guidance. They will constantly provide feedbacks on my work and give suggestions for me to improve. Most importantly, there are regular software updates so that we are always up to date with the latest developed functions and better interface. It makes me feel secure as Glodon team is always there to back us up. Here what I have learned from this digitalization journey with Glodon and would like to share with all of you. The BIM revolution have brought with massive leaps forward in smart build. Working as a MEP quantity surveyor, we would very much wanted to engage, embark, and embrace the BIM journey. To those who have not yet embarked on Cubicost TMEC solution, it's not too late nor too difficult to begin your BIM journey. Do give it a try to become MEP BIM QS just like me, as there are many benefits to your organization and yourself. Thank you.
I think that was some excellent stories. Just like in the video said, Glodon is always here to back you up, to support you. Cubicost is always here to help you. So after this, after our stories of our users, so here we have another Q&A session. This is our last Q&A session for today. So please, if you have any question, please ask here, and we are happy to answer you right here. Thank you. Any kind of question you can bring up here, we are happy to answer.
Yeah, let's welcome anyone, can share your experience, your feeling about the software and any difficulty, ideas about software or about your challenges in your working,
Yes, anything. If you want to share your personal experience, or if you are a Cubicost user before, or you never heard of Cubicost, but you want to share about your knowledge about the industry, feel free to share. Looks people are.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello team. Baraka here. Speaking from.
Oh, I see someone's raising their hand.
So I was curious to know if the package can cater for different design manuals or standard manuals or codes for service design or service measurements, because we know that these are different in every region. So is there room for incorporating a standard manual that is being implemented in our country to go in line with the products that you offer? Because I believe the one that you have is tailored to the standard practice in your area. Yes? Looking at how much of our market share it's covering here. Just put it that way. So any comments on that?
And have you got the point?
Not really. Sorry. Can you maybe clarify again on your question, because I didn't really get your point. I think I heard a little bit on it. Was it regarding the local measurement rule?
Yes, the measurement rules, yes, because the different measurement rules that are being used in different areas.
Yes,
So,
yes.
is the package flexible to accommodate a measurement rule that operates in a region like Africa, Sub-Sahara, North Africa, or the UAE, something like that? So is it flexible in that manner?
Okay. Currently, we do have a couple of measurement rules for our TME software, but currently the research that we have done mostly on several countries, and only those countries have measurement rules at the moment. But even if some countries we haven't developed the measurement rules yet, we do have a settings inside the software where we can change and customize all of those settings and set it according to your requirements.
Yeah, for the rules for the TMEC, we have some default international rules, but we know that it's different from location to location, to the regions. So for that, in fact, you can customize by yourself because the setting is not too many. It's not too many. We just select, which part that you want to revise, then save the settings. That's enough.
Okay. Thank you very much. Glad for that.
No problem.
And there's some questions in the chat box from Mr. Saran. I've experienced a tedious project, a particular international airport in the Middle East. The project joins about 6,000 in number. Came in a DHL truck. Just unloading. Just 3 days. Imagine that. Oh, it's a huge project. I understood, quite understood. Huge project. First of all, for the project, if in case of huge project, I want to say is for Cubicles. First, I want to say is Cubicles, our resources requirements on computer is quite less compared with Revit or other BIM software. So this is the first point. And second point is with our software, we can do a lot of collaboration. In our software, always we have divided drawing. That means we can divide the different drawing for the collaboration together. And after that, we can merge into one big modeling. So through the collaboration, we can save a lot of resources.
And can they develop the model?
Sorry, sir, I cannot hear you clearly.
We used.
I think the signal is not.
But anyway, I think Suran asked a question: can Cubicost handle large projects? So as mentioned by Mr. Frank just now, yes. It doesn't matter how large the project is, you just need to import all of the drawings into the software. And I believe that one of the testimony just now by the user, he actually merged, I think it was around 26 of the drawings together into one project. Then you can just model based on your drawings in the software. So if you're using the manual way, you might be doing something like what the user did. He take all of the drawings together on a wall or some place, then only he start with his measurement. But by using the software, you can just import all of the soft copy of the drawings, no matter if it's PDF or CAD drawings. You just import everything in, merge them together, then you can proceed with the quantity takeoff.
Yeah, I think here Mr. Van Katamana asked a question. We are using TS and can develop model be used for TME also? So actually our Cubicles, there's 4 software in our Cubicles. So we have TS and TME is another one. Of course, if you need TME, and we can provide you another private customized demo for you. So but TME and TS are different softwares. So anyone else? So feel free to ask anything. So I just want to mention again, so you can just leave your email here and we can contact you for more detailed information if you want. And also you can contact us through our email I left on the chat box if you have more questions later on. So no question anymore? So actually, we also have a YouTube channel. So it's called Global International. We upload all of our previous workshops and webinars there. So feel free to check. I will leave the link in our chat box.
And if you can reserve the demo meeting with your company, after that we can provide you some trial license, so our team can have a testing. In fact, compared with architecture structure and rebar solutions, MEP solution is simpler. In fact, it's easier to learn the software and test the software. So you can use your join to challenge the software to get the results, and let's double check together.
So I saw there's another question.
Yeah,
Security-wise, how can drawing be made secure, especially for government, public, and VIP-related assets developments?
In fact, the software is a terminal-based software. That means the software is just a tool in your laptop computer. So your drawings can be saved in your server, your local PC. There's no way to sharing. If it can share easily. In fact, for Cubicles, we have free Cubicost Cloud that you can use it to share with colleagues. It is like Google Drive, but it's much better than Google Drive because in our cloud, all the modeling can be analyzed. You can check the modeling. In fact, there's no issue for the confidential issues, security issues exactly, because we are using the Amazon cloud, the public cloud. Because for the public cloud, all the encryption will be ensured. Okay, I think maybe that's all for today. So everyone, we can keep contact.
Yes. Sorry, one more time. If you want to get customized private demo, please leave your email, and also you can contact us through the email, our BD global.glodon.com, and also please check our YouTube channel. Thank you guys so much for coming for today, and we look forward to seeing you soon.
Thank you all.
Thanks everyone. Thanks everyone for joining. Stay safe.
Bye bye.
Thank you.